Hi everyone, today is day 9 and I wanted to show you this mini album that I've been working on for some time and finally finished today. It's a really grungy mini album. It looks like this. I bound it with my Bind It All. I didn't add any ribbons and stuff on the ends because I just don't really like the cleaner look, the cleaner grunge, you could say. This front paper is by Colorbach, by their Neutrals collection, I think. And then I used glossy accents and covered this image here, and then went around the outline of this flower. And then went in and filled in the flower with some cocoa ink by Colorbach. And then I went over the raised areas with some black stays on to kind of give it some grungy effect, and then I added this key from some paper that I got for Christmas. It's by the paper company, I believe. Added some black satin ribbon here and inked all the edges and added some gems. And there's some glitter glue in the middle that's covered with glossy accents, which looks really cool. And there's 18 pages, and I want to say there's 8 pockets. And these pages are made, a lot of them are made out of letter-sized envelopes, and some of them are just cardstock. And I stamped, well, the front and back covers are heavyweight chipboard too, so it's really thick and sturdy. There's some satin ribbon there, and I stamped these 2 images. They're the same image, but I stamped them twice. And this is a stamp by Rubber Stampede. Looks like this. It's a cling mount. And then there's this bird that I stamped and cut out from Studio G. It's their Series 52. And I just got that within the last week. And then there's the first page. And there's some papers here that I believe are from a Colorbach collection. Some of it's, they're all the papers, pattern papers are from Colorbach, but they're different collections. And this one, this page, black cardstock that I inked with white, and then I poured some media on there and embossed the edges and stuff, and then went back over it with some black stays on, and then I added this big key that I cut out, and it is tacked down, but it can be lifted up to slide a picture underneath there. And I tied a knot right there. And go to this page, and there's that image again. And there's some images here from this stamp set that I bought off eBay. I don't know, what company makes this, but it was this corner piece right there. And then I colored it in with my praying markers. You can go to praying.com for that. And then this page, and this doesn't open, it's just a flat page. I glued it all down. And then this is some of that canvas paper I was telling you about. And I added some grungy lace. It's this lace right here. And I just folded it over the end there and grunged it all up. So there's that page. And this page, this is some more paper from that Colorbach collection, Neutrals pack, I think is what it is. And then I inked it up and kind of grunged it up. And on this side, I did the same embossing thing, but I used some cranberry Colorbach ink and just rubbed all over it and then embossed it with ultra thick embossing powder. And there's some of this paper that's from their Midnight collection, and there's a pull-out here, and I used this middle stamp here from that collection, or from that stamp thing, and it's blank on the other side. And then there's more of that paper, the same technique, and then there's some brown in there also. And there's this one. This paper did have a pretty, like a creamy yellow design on it. Kind of see that. And then I stamped over it. And then there's, whoops, there's this insert, and it's that frame and that corner there. And then there's some more of that key paper. The same paper that I cut, you know, the first key out, and then the key that's on the front too. So I'll just put that in there later. And there's that one on this side is the same. And there's more of that from that Midnight collection all grunged up, and then there's a white piece. I used white ink on. And there's this one. And I did stamp some images here on the edge just for a different look. And those images, let's see. This image right here is from the stamp set by Studio G, Series 46. And then these two images right here are from this stamp set. It is a Autumn Leaves stamp set. They're Funky Flowers stamp set. So that's from that. And then this one is from Studio G's Series 48. And this was connected in one stamp, and I cut the top and bottom off, and then I cut the happy birthday too, so I could, you know, use it different ways. And then this is actually from these dots. I don't know where that stamp set went. It's from a different Studio G stamp set, so. But I can't find it right now. I made a mess today. Even bigger mess than it was yesterday. And then there's a pocket, and it's the same design. And I did color all these images in with my praying markers. There's some green, and like the flowers are like a copper color. So those are pretty cool. And these don't open this way, obviously. I glued those down, and it just gave a nice effect. And I used that stamp again, and then I kind of grunged it up with some cocoa ink. You can kind of see spots of it here and there. And then there's that page, and I've showed you a few mini albums now, and it has the same concept as the other ones, where it just kind of is a reverse. Once you get to the middle point, is a reverse of the other side. And all the pullouts are the same, and they're blank on the other side. They're just kind of grunged up with some black stays on. It's a really grungy album. I really had a lot of fun making this. There's some of that. And this is actually vintage lace that I got from my grandma. And there's some more keys that are slightly tacked down, but you can lift them up, and I tied a knot there. And then there's this little butterfly on the back. I just threw that on there for a little bit of extraness. And that's from Studio G Series 46. And I just bought that earlier this week also. So that's what that looks like. And on the back it says my logo and my Etsy store and my website. And then I'm going to list this on my Etsy store, and I'm going to include 2 feet of this lace. And that's what it looks like. And you can actually cut this down the middle. I've done that before, which I don't think like it looks that great, just this plain cream, because everything else is so grungy. So I might grunge that up just in case somebody that's a non-crafter buys this album. And then you get some black rickrack. There's 2 feet of that. And then there's some of these sequins here, some silver sequins that I just, instead of doing some different kind of bling, I just did this, and they're all like grunged up with some black stays on there. And just glue those down with some mini glue dots. And then there's these keys that I cut out of that pattern paper, which the keys that are on the album I did ink up with some black ink to kind of, you know, give it a finished edged look. But there's what those look like. This one says British made. I don't know what that one says. And I don't know what that one says either. Oops. And then there's two of these keys. But that's what they look like. So I'm going to throw this up on my Etsy store after I take some pictures. And I will post some more pictures on my photo bucket, and on the Etsy description there will be a link to both this YouTube video and to my photo bucket after I list all the pictures, so everybody, you know, can get a very good idea of what this album looks like. And I just think it's really cool, very grungy, very fun, and I hope you guys like it, and I will see you next time. Bye.